This is the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Janus. This is the ISUPK Kentucky Monday night history class breakdown along with scriptures. I am priest and officer Zabak Yasharala, and this is Monday night history class. Let's clap. Salaki. Let's clap it up for class. Tonight I'll be talking about destroying the lie of so-called what is called New Year's. You know, the history of January that was told to us to be a new year. But how can this be? How can this be a new year when we are still in a winter season? You know, it's nothing going on right now. Everything is dead. It's no life outside. You know, we ain't got no flowers growing, nothing is blooming, nothing is alive right now. I mean, even animals have sense enough to go into hibernation. And it's just like, you know, we just went from one month to the next. We just still in the same season. But you know, the Most High said that, you know, according to the Bible, according to the Most High said that this is Salaki. The Most High said that this is the new year, according to the words of the Most High, according to the Bible. So, you know, if you look at Exodus chapter 12, verse 1 through 2, this is the new year, and it talks about, I don't want, can I get you to read that? Exodus 12 and 1 through 2. You know, this is not according to what the oppressor said, but according to what the Most High God said, that this is the new year. As you know, it's better to listen to the Most High, listen to the Creator than creation. It's better to listen to the Creator more than creation, because who knows best? Who started it all? Who made everything? So, you know, listen to the oppressor. He'll tell you lie after lie on top of lies. Like it says in the scripture, he came from the womb telling lies. Yeah.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
And that month will be called Abel. But we're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on that too. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 1. You know, the Most High gave us a new year to begin with. And when I say us, I mean so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American, man and woman, the Israelites, according to the Bible.
What did you say, Deuteronomy what?
Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 1.
It's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 1. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God. For this is the month of Abib, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
the month of Abiv. In the Hebrew, it's Abiv. But in English, it's like March. It's like, I'll say like in the middle of March going into April. Because we have the Passover, which is coming up. It's like the end of March going into, say like April 1st. And then too, you got to look at when the Most High brought us out of Egypt, brought us out of captivity. In the month, in the evening, I'm going to touch on that too. In the evening, because that's set aside from the month of the new year. I'm going to touch on when a day begins. Because when you look at the oppressor, he tells you that the new year comes on January the 1st at 12 midnight, which is another lie. Once again, that he has told. So, according to the Most High, the new year comes in like in the month of April, going into March. Going into April. And touch on that. Let me get Genesis chapter 1, verse 5.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
So when you go from one evening to the next evening, that gives you like a complete day. So with that being said, a day does not begin at 12 midnight. So when the sun goes down, that is the beginning of a new day to the sun going down to the next day. That is like your 24-hour period. So it's nowhere under the sun that you're going to go from being a winter season and go from one month to the next and then start on January the 1st at 12 midnight and talk about this is and talk about this is a new year. It's no way possible. It's no way possible. No. Because if you listen to the oppressor have you thinking everything that comes out of his mouth is like trustworthy. But plus two, in today's society, you have a phone. You have a smartphone, Android, iPhone, whatever. But you have access to whereas you can ask this phone any question and get an answer. Even if you don't understand the answer, even if you have to break it down like to the lowest term, you're going to get an answer. So it's nowhere now that you should be taking on everything what the oppressor says and taking his word for granted. So, this is from sundown to sundown. From sundown to sundown, this is a 24-hour period to whereas you go from one day to the next. And to touch more on that, let me get Leviticus 23:32.
You said Leviticus what?
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 32. And I'm going to touch more on going from evening to evening. And elaborate a little more, give you a little more better understanding.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your soul. In the ninth day of the month and evening, from the evening to evening, shall ye celebrate your Sabbath.
So with this being said, this is telling you how to go about celebrating a Sabbath day which the Most High had gave to his people, his chosen people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man and woman. This is telling you how to go about celebrating a Sabbath. Like, you can afflict your soul by doing like a little quick fast. But it's also letting you know that it's going from evening to evening, which will give you like a 24-hour period. This is how one day goes from one day to the next. This is not no 12 o'clock midnight. This is not none of that. So, once again, the oppressor has came along and has changed months, times, things of that nature. And in today's society, we as a people, we look at that like it's a stronghold, like we hold on to that, like it's something of truth, and which is not. So now you know that going from a new year, which will start in the spring, when flowers are blooming, grass then turn back really green, when you got leaves on trees, when things is coming to life. You got animals coming out from hibernation. You have birds singing more. Because right now we're in the dead of winter. We are in the dead of winter where there's no life moving. It's life moving as far as like people-wise, but as far as like things that's really going on, ain't nothing really going on. It ain't really like birds really would sing like how they would be like in the springtime going into the summer. You really don't have like insects and all that things moving around. You don't really have no animals really moving around like that. And along with the evening, so celebrating 12 o'clock midnight, that's not going into no next day. That's just a time lapse. That's just touching bases on just time going from that time. And Leviticus 23, verse 32, showed you what to do on the Sabbath. Plus, he told you about going from evening to evening, just like how God explained how in Genesis 1 through 5, Genesis chapter 1, verse 5, talks about how the evening going into the morning. So now when it comes to celebrating the month of January, the so-called New Year's, this is what the oppressor has done. With that being said, let me get Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. So being that he is able to manipulate the masses, goes back to this right here. Like when you look at Job verse 9 and 24, it tells you that how the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And he's able to do that because look at what he controls. He controls the media. He controls like Job 9:24 says, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So he got more control over just about any and everything. Radio, newspaper. He controlled the phones. I mean, the government is, so, you know, he has like the earth is in his hands, like it says in the scripture. You got
The book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 5. And behold, another beast.
Nah, slap. Daniel 7:25.
25. Okay, I don't think this goes with what you're talking about, but okay. 7 and 25. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
So yeah, to wear out the saints. I'm gonna touch on who the saints are. The saints are, once again, God's chosen people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man and woman. And you know, out of one, I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna go in the Compact Zondervan Dictionary Bible, and it said that the saints, a member of God's covenant people, Israel. So now you know who the saints are. God's covenant people, who the Most High made the covenant with. The old and the new covenant. He made that with no other nation but Israel. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So when it talks about in Daniel that he wore out the saints of God's chosen people by changing laws, days and times. I'm kind of paraphrasing when I say it. By changing days and times, you know, change the new year, going from December to January the 1st. And society holds on to that dearly. I mean, they're celebrating this along with his other man-made holidays as long as I can remember. But, you know, I haven't, and in Christianity, they do that like no tomorrow. They celebrate everything that the oppressor has came out with. I mean, you name it, they celebrate it. But here in the ISUPK, under Commander General Johanna, we do according to what the Most High God said. We do the things that is of the Bible. We are not, we done forgot everything that was ever taught to us by the oppressor. Any and everything that they have ever said is out the way. Them law, statutes, and commandments that's in that Bible, we live by them. We stand on them. We don't do nothing else. So I'm gonna give you a precept to Daniel 7:25. Let me get
Let me finish Daniel 7:25.
I said like it was some.
Yeah,
Come.
The end of 25, and they shall be given into the hands until a time and the dividing of time.
So the times is this so-called January, along with, you know, others, but I'm basically touching on the destruction of this so-called January, how he has taken it upon himself to say that January 1st is a new year when it's not, because, you know, we are in the dead of winter. So, you know, the oppressor, the so-called devil that the Bible speaks of, he took it upon himself to make his own holidays and not acknowledging what the Most High God has said. He has taken upon himself to put himself on a pedestal, Salaki, above what the Most High has said. You know, to make man look upon him like he is something more than when he is nothing. When he is nothing. I mean, I'm paraphrasing when I say, like, the Most High said that he is like spittle that be in a bucket. So, you know, the oppressor, he hasn't fooled everybody for years. And you know, me coming into the truth, me coming into the ISUPK, the Commander Junior Hunter, I look back on things that is still going on, and I be saying to myself, like, you know, how can y'all still hold on to this? Especially when this truth is abroad now. And the truth been out since 1969. I mean, and it's still going strong. It's still going strong. Home of the truth, under Commander Junior Hunter, and it's like we all over, but people just, I don't know, I guess they just hold on to some slave mentality. I don't know why they would want to hold on to things that is of a lie. I don't get that. But I don't want. Could I get Galatians chapter 4, and we're gonna go verse 8 through 10. But you know, these people hold on to this like, you know, society. I guess they just, you know, doing the things that they do. It just makes them feel good. But you know, living a lie. And you staying trapped in sin. And you know, sin is transgression of the law. So, you know, it's hold on to that for what? I don't know why they would want to hold on to that, because it makes no sense. You know, is it better to serve man rather than God? You know, there's no way that you can serve creation over the creator. It don't make no sense. It doesn't. It does not make no sense. You got that, Adam?
Book of Galatians, chapter 4, verse 8. Howbeit then, when ye know not God, ye did service unto them which by nature are no gods.
Yes, because when we knew not God, we served other people for different reasons. You know, to some people, you know, it look good and it sound good. You know, it's more so like a nice song and dance. But when you hear the words that is of the Most High, and how we come straight out the book, we come straight from the Bible. So it's a time that you should fall back and say to yourself, like, hold up. These people are coming out the Bible. And when I say these people, I mean the ISUPK, the Commander Junior Hunter. We come straight from the Bible. So with that being said, you got to question yourself. If they coming out the Bible and they are not coming with a song and dance like how it is in the Christian church, this and that and the third, but you know, some people want to hold on to that more than holding on to this truth. And it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. Yes?
I got a precept for that.
Okay.
Exodus 20, verse 3. And God spake, I'm starting at verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. And anytime you serving anything besides the Most High, you're serving other gods.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you celebrate New Year's, you're knowingly or unknowingly, in your ignorance, you're celebrating Janus,
Right.
a Roman god.
Right.
When you celebrate Christmas, you're celebrating Saturnalius, Nimrod, the sun god. You know what I'm saying? So we celebrate all these other things that are not of the Most High. In your ignorance, you're celebrating other gods. And there's no other gods before the Most High.
Right. Go ahead. You got more to read.
Come. And by what you was just saying, you're serving them, which are no gods.
Right.
Because Janus, that's no god.
That's.
You know what I'm saying? That's no god. Christmas, Nimrod, that's not a god.
Right.
Your birthday, you're not a god.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Valentine's Day, your woman is not your god.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When Adam listened to his woman in the garden, that's how we, you know what I'm saying, got in the hell we living in now.
Right.
That's how sin came into the world, because Adam wanted to listen and serve his wife instead of his wife serving him and him serving the Most High.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're ignorantly serving these other guys. But to go back to your precept, Galatians 4 verse 9. But now after that, ye know God, or rather are known of God. How turn ye again to the weak and beggarly alignments, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage?
Right, because once you have heard the truth of the Most High, once you have heard about His law, statutes, and commandments, once you have heard about His law, statutes, and commandments, once you have got the instructions on how to do what the Most High has commanded you to do, and then you fall away from that, for whatever reason you fall away from that, you have went back to doing what you was called out from, and you fell weak. You done fell by the wayside. I mean, some people, it's more like peer pressure. You know, they looking at people that they used to hang out with, and now they might have done said something to spark something in them to make them fall away and things of that nature.
And if I could, just to piggyback on what you're saying, and when it says, whereunto ye desire again to be in bondage, that's a question. That's like saying, when you know the truth, you hear, and then you fall back into your old ways. You was in bondage. You was in captivity then. You was a servant then.
Right.
And you want to trade being a priest and prophet of the Lord to going back being a servant, to being a slave, to being in bondage. Like, what sense does that make?
Yeah, it don't.
You know what I'm saying? That's just completely ignorant.
Right. And because you coming out of bondage, now you free. You mean to tell me you want to give up your freedom to go back into captivity?
And that even goes into verse 10. Ye observe days and months and times and years. You know what I'm saying? That means you can't wait to go oppress yourself at Christmas time and put yourself in the debt going to get your children Christmas gifts. You can't if you can't get your child a birthday present, your baby mama gonna tell you how ain't shit you are, and tell you how you ain't shit and ain't worth shit and ain't never gonna be shit because you can't get them a birthday present or her birthday present. So you're gonna go rob somebody to go get that child a birthday present, and you know what I'm saying, mess around or sell some drugs or something, mess around, get caught, go to jail, all because you wanted to fall back in bondage, wanted to be a slave again to the world, instead of being unto the Most High, what the Most High wanted you to be. That's heavy what you was just saying.
Right. And you was called out of that way of living. To turn around and go back to that. But you know.
And two, it said, 11, and I am afraid of you, lest I have bestowed upon you labor in vain. So all that labor you're doing to celebrate these months and days and times and years, it's all in vain. It means nothing. Like you did all that shit to get up out this hell you living in and come into the truth just to take your ass right back.
Right. That's
all because your bitch in your ear, you know what I'm saying, nagging.
Yeah.
I want to celebrate Christmas, bitch. We not celebrating Christmas.
Right.
Don't be weak like Adam in the garden and subdue to your woman.
Right.
I want to celebrate a birthday, bitch. We not celebrating birthdays.
That's right.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Right.
And if you scared that bitch gonna leave you, what Captain McCall say? If you want to leave, bitch, you can leave. Bless your heart. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, leave then.
Right.
But I'm gonna serve the Most High.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna worry about you or you trying to put me in bondage by buying these gifts for these badass kids that's not gonna enjoy them after the day any goddamn way.
They gonna tear them up.
They gonna tear them up and lose them. You know what I'm saying? All that shit ain't gonna appreciate nothing. They'd rather be outside playing with sticks and rocks. I kid you not. When I was in the world, you know what I'm saying? When I went all out for my daughter's birthday, you know what I'm saying, birthdays and Christmas and all type of presents, gifts, everything. After 2 days, this heifer ain't even look at the presents no more. And then when she outside, you know what I'm saying, because her birthday in the summertime, so when she outside playing, she ain't playing with none of the shit I got her. She playing with sticks and rocks and dirt.
Yeah. God.
Where to play with the remote and boxes. All these goddamn toys I done bought you over here, you rather play with a box.
Yeah.
Climb inside it and you know, I don't even know what the hell you're doing, but every kid climb inside the box. For some reason. I don't know what kick they get out of that or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? You rather climb in the box than play with the toy that came in the box?
Right.
These kids don't give a damn about Christmas.
No.
The only one of my kids that really know anything about Christmas is my oldest one. And shit, she don't even care about it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like getting a gift. You get stuff all year round.
You're right. Right.
Just because you don't get it this one day, so what?
Right. Yeah, I got a 4-year-old. He don't even know nothing about it.
Just fine without Christmas. They don't get a damn about Christmas. You the one that pushed Christmas on them because you're retarded. You the one that pushed this on him.
He don't, like if I may, he don't question me about nothing. Somebody asked him about Christmas, what he getting for Christmas. He told him straight up. He said, we don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
And I say, out of the mouth of babes, 4-year-old. Say, that's right. So I'm going to keep that spirit on him. I'm going to keep that spirit on him. Not to celebrate nothing. Nothing but what the Most High God said for us to celebrate. But, but we as a people, we straddle the fence. We straddle the fence with what we supposed to. But then we want to fix our mouth and call on the Most High. But, like I said in the script, like the Most High said, y'all honor me with y'all lips, but y'all heart is far from me. Y'all heart is far from me. So, we're gonna take a look at this Janus. So that's supposed to be what is called associated with January. But when you look at the word Janus.
It's like, hey, Haramar, you goddamn right. Adam was a simp.
Yeah.
You damn right.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. A whole simp, too. A whole simp. But for the Most High to deal with Adam, and then I'm sideboarding real quick. For him to deal with Adam, and Adam, you knew, and you the man, you knew. So Eve then came and threw some quick reverse psychology on him, and then he like this here. Okay. But look, back on top. Janus is a two-headed god. A two-headed god with two faces. One looking in the past and one looking in the future. But with that being said, y'all not facing each other. So, that right there is suspect. It's like two-headed God, y'all couldn't even be trusted. Y'all ain't even trust each other. Because y'all wasn't even facing each other. And this is depicted as January. This is depicted for a new year. But it goes to this here too. The oppressor that started this, he can't be trusted. He can't be trusted. That's why the Bible calls him the devil. And he is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
He is. It ain't no ifs, ands, and buts. It ain't no getting around this. He is the devil. I mean, can't nobody dispute that. Can't nobody say he is not. I mean, you might say he is not, but, you know, God didn't already put that on him. God didn't already put that label on him because of the way and how he carry himself, how he done came up with all these man-made holidays, how he done, it's like, you know, he just got our people in bondage. Like, it's like they just hypnotized with all this buffoonery that's going on. And, you know, it really don't make no sense. You know, and the oppressor, he think he is above the Most High. You know, just by him just coming up with his own, you know, his own holidays. Instead of keeping the Most High holy days. And, you know, if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man and woman, you know, you shouldn't even have no affiliation with what he has going on. You should get, if you are in a church, outside the church, no matter where you at, if you got access to a phone, if you holding your phone, look us up. ISUPK.com and General Honda. Look us up. We home of the truth. And you're going to come and get this practical knowledge. Because what we tell you, it is a thing of the truth. It is a thing of the truth. I mean, it might seem lyric to you because you never heard this, but you can go along. You can go along with, as we read from the Bible, you can read right with us. You can read right. So like, you can read right with us. Because we come straight from scriptures. This is not, we don't sit and talk. We don't do like Joel Osteen. We don't do like T.D. Jakes. We don't do like Creflo Dollar. We come with scriptures. We come with breakdown. We come with precept upon precept. So it's no getting around. I mean, it's the truth, nothing but the truth. Practical knowledge. There's no getting around that. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, I was once like that. When I was in the world, I celebrated everything that was on that calendar. I was affiliated with. And you know, this is one thing that the Most High wants the so-called Blacks and Hispanics to do. Let me get Romans 12, 1 through 2. And this is not, you know, dealing with the Most High. It's not a hard thing. It's not a hard thing. I mean, people might look at you funny for, you know, getting into the Bible. I mean, really, really, really getting into it. But you know what? When you serve the Most High, and you get that spirit on you from the Most High, them people that you have was running with, they're going to start looking funny to you too. Just like they look at you funny, you're going to look at them funny. Because they're going to start looking funny.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your which is your reasonable service.
Yeah, your reasonable service is serving the Most High God. Your reasonable service is serving the Most High God, because a lot of people that be going in these churches, y'all think that y'all are serving the Most High and y'all serving other gods. Y'all is not doing the service unto the Most High.
That also means get off weed. Stop smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Stop putting that stuff up your nose. If you mad that what's her name? Gangsta Boo passed because of a drug overdose, or Pimp C from a drug overdose.
Yeah.
Well, stop doing drugs. Prove it and stop doing drugs.
Right.
Present your body as a living sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that you serve the Most High and then serve other gods.
Right.
You can't say, oh, God first, but yet you celebrating New Year's. You can't say represent God, but out here celebrating Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't go together. You're not. You know what I'm saying? You got to present yourself as a living sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You got to hey, if you say you're gonna represent God, well, do what God told you to do. Right. It's that simple.
It's that simple.
You can't say you represent God eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. You know what I'm saying? Like your body's not a living sacrifice then.
Right.
Your body is one shrimp away from a heart attack. One pork chop away from high blood pressure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Right. This world is corrupt. The oppressor has corrupt this world with the things that he has brought forth on this world.
When it's saying be not conformed to this world, as world meaning age of society.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be not conformed to this society. Don't do what this society does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This society tells you that women can divorce their husbands. God says a woman can't divorce her husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This society tells you can only have one wife. Most High says you can have as many as you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The society tells you there's nothing wrong with eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster.
Right.
That goes directly against the Most High dietary law. The society tells you celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, birthdays, all that nonsense, when the Most High tells you not to do that. Because you have your own feast days that you're supposed to celebrate. Right. That are of the Most High. And it's no coincidence that the worldly holidays come around the same time when the Most High holidays are. And you know what I'm saying? And you out here ready, can't wait to celebrate Christmas or Easter, but don't know nothing about Passover.
Yeah.
Don't know nothing about Feast of Dedication.
Never heard of it.
Ain't never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Don't even know what a Feast of Dedication is.
Never heard of it, because it's been time, Salaki, if I may, it's been time since I've been in the ISUPK and the Commander Junior Hunter. I have talked about the Passover. You see a certain spirit on people. They look at me, head turned sideways like this, huh? And it tells you.
Or they think about white Jewish people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're Jewish?
Yeah,
you're Jewish?
No.
That's our culture. It was stolen from us.
Right.
Verse 2. But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right. Renewing your mind, getting your mind off of what's going on in this world.
Everything in this world, throw that shit out the goddamn window, because it means nothing. It's all vain.
Everything
is pointless.
Right.
Renew your mind. So when you think you see everybody talking about Christmas, you know Feast of Dedication. When you see everybody talking about Easter, you know it's Passover.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Renew your mind into doing what the Most High wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? When somebody asks you, do you want a pork chop? No, I don't want that pork chop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to renew your mind and be a brand new person. You can't take the old things into the world that you learned in the world into the truth.
Right.
Because them spirits gonna get ran at you real quick. Either them spirits are gonna go or you're gonna leave the truth. One of the two is gonna happen.
Right. Yeah.
And if you're a weak mind and you're a weak individual, you'll just leave the truth. But if the Most High really wants you, you'll change your ways.
Right. Right.
It's not gonna be hard to put the weed down.
No.
It's not gonna be hard to put the drugs down.
Right.
It's not gonna be hard not to eat the bacon. I love bacon. You hear me? I put bacon on every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? Then I learned it's not, you know what I'm saying? We ain't supposed to eat that.
Right.
Damn that bacon.
Right.
All right, let's try this turkey bacon. It ain't as good. Burn it a little bit. It tastes just fine. You know what I'm saying? I be hearing about this beef bacon. I gotta try some of that.
Yeah, I ain't never.
I've been seeing it on Facebook. Brothers talking about beef bacon. I can't wait to try some of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out there to that one meat market out there and see if they got it out there. You know what I'm talking about? So back on topic. My bad. Be ye therefore transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove that is good and acceptable and perfect will of God.
And that is, with that being said, so like, that's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That is going all out for the Most High.
And that's also keeping his feast days.
Right, that too.
Because like in Amos 5 and 21 through 25 says he hates your feast days. This Amos 5 and 20 hates your feast days. You know what I'm saying? It hates your feast days. The ones that you celebrate. The ones that have nothing to do with what he told you to do.
Right.
You following your oppressor. You doing what your oppressor doing. That's how the hell we got into this captivity to begin with.
Right.
Following the heathen and doing what they doing. But what we need to do as a people, we need to turn back to that nigga God and do what that nigga God told us to do.
Right.
And that's follow them law, statutes, and commandments. If he say don't need no goddamn pork, well goddamn don't need no fucking pork.
Right.
He said he hates your feast days, don't celebrate Christmas. Well goddamn, don't matter how much your wife bitch at you, don't celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Say, bitch, go to Passover with me.
Right.
If you don't want to hear that, well, shut the fuck up about Christmas.
Right.
Salaki, I'm going to get you flagged. My bad. I'm going to get you checked. Salaki.
Right. And every so-called man, so-called black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you got to stand up for what is right. You going to have to stand up for what is right. You're going to have to stand up for what is right. You just got to tell that woman, hey, sit down and listen. You just got to take control of your house. You got to. And you just got to cut ties with what's going on in this world. But if she don't want to submit and she don't want to believe in the things that you got going on, you know, see you. See you when I see you. See you when I see you. But you got to serve the Most High wholeheartedly. Can't straddle the fence. Can't. Cannot straddle the fence because that is like the whole duty of man, doing the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And if your woman, if she is any kind of woman and she see what you doing, yeah, she gonna submit. She gonna come with you. She gonna walk with you.
And if she don't, if you want to leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart. Bye.
That's right. Bye. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. And with that being said, to the brothers, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbarakathon. To the sisters, Yahweh Shemar, El Athon, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shah. Class is dismissed.